me building a road between Ankara and Rabat so that we can get our units to the front line a bit fast. What? Hey up, it's your northern lad. And I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that we're at a little bit of a stalemate. Because whilst we have racked up some pretty decent promotions, we have made no progress. It's a little bit disappointing is a word that gets thrown around every now and again. And I can't lie, I were hoping I'd have my first capital city by now, but we stuck with Ankara. We have to basically say this is what we have to settle for, and I'm not having it. And whilst we have declared war with Istanbul, and that was our fault, we remember that England and Brazil declared war on us, and whilst we're not at peace, I'm mindful that we are in no place to be taking any capital cities. So for now, I'm just going to continue to rack up as many promotions as I possibly can, get some extra distance for my archers, and maybe even a cheeky little blitz or march from my melee units. Now what I want to do is, once I get enough money, I am going to purchase an horseman so that he can actually scout out more of the map. Because it's turn 131, and I still, to be frank, have absolutely no idea what I'm dealing with, other than some pesky Brazilians and docile English folk. That being said, the Ottomans don't think they're going to be declaring war on us anytime soon, at least not until they get the Janissaries, which we don't want to happen. But also, the Austrians, Salzburg, not looking like the happiest city I've ever seen in my life, considering they're on the tundra, they got some cold fish over there, and they're under siege. Probably from the barbarians, considering once you get to them or the peripheries, that's when all the barbarians start to snowball and congregate. So if you ever go close to there, then you're basically up the creek without a paddle, as the proverbial stands. But we're going to continue to hassle Brazil because their units, we are on par with them, but they don't have as much promotions as we do, and they don't seem to know what they're doing. They're not the most aggressive of civilizations. However, I do want to stop Andrew Carnegie, the Brazilian great merchant, from making his way to Kuala Lumpur. So I'm going to 19 damage. I was going to say I'm going to hopefully make a short work of this bowman and then take him for myself. But clearly with 19 damage, probably going to have to wait a little bit longer than that. At least my swordsmen are doing something. But these swordsmen are too busy fighting to start healing themselves, even if they are a double medic. And there he goes, Andrew's gone. I don't think I do want to go to war, Persia. I think I've got enough on my plate at the moment. So could you figure it out on your own, lad? There's a good lad. How dare you? I actually don't think it makes any difference to say sorry and how dare you. It's basically one of the same. Right, Ancient Squad 1, go back to healing. There's a good lad. Might see with me archer. Oh, look at that. I'm going to snipe you.
You are
dead. And so it is. But this Brazilian scout is just sitting there, isn't he? Now, if I remember correctly, my barracks is built not in the capital, but in Marrakesh. And Marrakesh is probably going to very quickly turn into my militaristic city, whilst Rabat will probably just be my science city or something. That being said, every city should be a militaristic city if you're playing a domination victory. Now listen, you want to keep your horseman on open terrain, so I'm going to give him shock. But once he gets his second lot, I'm probably going to give him sentry so he can scout a little bit faster. This is a bit of a risk here, but if I don't forget, great English. If I remember correctly, and I am right here, they've still got a strategic resource penalty. So even so, I don't think I'm going to be amassed by units which will be able to take him out completely. In my regular archer, I might actually send him. I was going to say I'll swap him out with Ankara, but he's still producing the happiness and the culture there. So we actually just still need more units. Waiting for my other composite bowman to come through. So again, slowing down at pace. Wow, that's a lot more units than I were expecting. By a lot more, I mean one more than I were expecting. Literally one warrior who's just providing a flanking bonus. And now I'm being body blocked by a Polish scout. Thank you so much. I would have been in a prime position, but alas, it is not. So before I send my horsemen out, I'm going to make them just get some extra experience to get sentry, then I'll send them out. And we can see here that Persia has founded a new religion, Zoroastrianism, in the holy city of Persepolis. I think, let me see, what beliefs do they have? Okay, so they got monasteries. So that's the last of the religious buildings. Shame, tragic, I know. I mean, are we really going to be... Where did +6 faith come from? I'm pretty sure we were +2 for a million years, but now we're at +8, so I'm going to have to find out where that's coming from. We might actually be able to snag the last religion at this rate. Not that we're going to be able to get any religious buildings, at least not unless someone else converts one of my cities. But even so, I wouldn't say no to that. They also got World Church, which is +1 culture for every 5 followers of this religion in Oth. And they have monasteries, as I mentioned before. Probably the least best religious building in game, but I mean, if you're absolutely drowning in wine and incense, then you're probably the best. And they've also got the Pantheon, which is Goddess of Protecti, which is +30% increase in the city range combat strength. So as far as religions go, especially as a laggard religion, not bad. Not the worst. There you go, lad. Continue to do nothing. I mean, look, they got +4 citizens. If I were to annex Ankara, I wouldn't be unhappy. And then I can actually change it, because watermill, not very useful. Maybe I can make it produce some units, so I'm going to annex it. There we go. So only -3 happiness, and we do get the extra science, because I'm pretty sure you get less science output. Got to change it from gold focus. That's something I really don't like about Puppet Cities, is being trapped in gold focus. Have I just crapped on myself? I have. Do you know why? Because I've got 3 turns until the National College is meant to be built, and I've annexed the city, and that counts as a city that requires a library to be built in it. It doesn't as a puppet city, and so now I have to wait 19 turns until Ankara builds its bloody library, and I'm stuck. When will I learn? Well, actually, it's only 9 turns when it's on production focus, but when will I learn that my actions have consequences? Can someone please help me? I never claimed to be an expert, but I also didn't claim to be this bad. And lo and behold, I've also trapped my composite bowman. I think I'll send him over at river and hope that this swordsman on his own at -50% strategic resources won't... Well, actually, why am I worried when he just jumps over at river instead and does absolutely nought for himself? I guess you can't complain too much. -66 health for this warrior. Could take him out so easily now. Goodbye. And I think now I will move me Ancient Squad 1 up and send me horseman round at flank. Right, Sao Paulo is there. Sadly, I cannot move to a position where I cannot take any damage from its city. But if I damaged him first, not happening, sadly enough. But what I will do is put him behind the hill. Gonna upset Lumpy Koalas just a little bit, but I'll put him behind the hill, because then at least the archer inside Sao Paulo can't shoot over top at Thill. And Sao Paulo's at 15 defense instead of 26. So the damage output is still considered a costly attack for my units, but not as much costly as Rio. And for some reason now Brazil does want to make peace, but they're only willing to give us Cocoa for it. And I don't think I want my Kyoko. I think I want your capital. So yes, the production of the National College has altered. It's not been completed like it says here. It's been altered, with 2 turns waiting for it. Very tragic. But you can laugh, because if we don't laugh, we cry. But instead, in the meanwhile, we're just going to continue to produce military buildings, because it's the name of the game. Wow, you see that graphical loading? Absolutely diabolical. And I'll move my Great General up to front line so everyone gets a plus 15%. I'm pretty sure the influence of the Great Generals is plus 2x's outside of its domain. So even my lovely horses will get some defense from this. 22 damage, not bad at all. 9 damage, also not bad. And that's pretty bad. I am disappointed with you, Austria. We are a little bit screwed. Is that the professional? Is that the official way people put it? A little bit screwed. I think that's the official terminology for it, isn't it? But we are going to have to direct our attention away from Brazil now, so that we don't absolutely die. But would you look at that? He's got 3 experience. So if he gets shot once by arrows, he'll have enough to get another promotion, and then it'll be an absolute tanking beast of a man. However, I don't think me scout is going to be able to withstand. Do you think if I put him in Citadel with all that defense and then the extra defensive bonus, he'll survive? Because there's pikemen and there's just warriors. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna worth the risk. I'm not gonna get me iron though. That's tragic. And we're -4. -4 economy. Probably because they're all trading with us. And now they're not. And now we are up the proverbial creek without a paddle. And who's gonna come to our aid? Well, who likes us? That's the real question. But you can't exactly ask people to join a war, can you? I suppose I could bribe them. Oh, now it's -9. The prophets are preordained. Yes, thank you. That is pretty diabolical. How are we going to get more money? If we're producing units, producing barrackses, going to have to start producing some markets. Tell thee something, though. Because of our lovely little honour tree being completed, we will get coins for every unit we slaughter, as I previously mentioned. We actually got to get to slaughtering first off, though, which we're not currently doing. So we may go into a science deficit in it meanwhile, and I really don't want that to happen. We have 3 turns, basically, before we go into a science deficit. And this scout is going to live to fight another day, because instead of attacking him, I'm going to have to start defending myself. And why did I produce this farm when he's in range? I tell you what, I'll just put my scout there. Surely on his own, this archer can't finish him off. And we finally got to chivalry. 18 turns until we get to chivalry. Are we going to make it to Alhambra? Absolutely not. But we can try, if for some reason every other civ decides to neglect it. Now, the ancient squad has finally reached his pinnacle of a level 3 shock to a new promotion. The choice is Blitz or March. Now, usually I do like to go for Blitz, but survivalism is top priority, especially considering the fact that we don't have a lot of units, and we do need to get him up north as quick as possible, and if he spends less time stuck in place and healing than he is just travelling and healing at the same time, then March really pays for itself. Okay, so one of the reasons why our economy is so much lacking is because our trade units decided to stop trading. So, no one wants trade with us. Still, no city-state will give us some extra influence if we start to trade with them. So instead, once again, we're going to send them to the most lucrative of cities, which is still Edirne. Because Bursa won't reimburse us as much. Whereas Istanbul and Edirne are identical, so I'm going to send them to Edirne, I suppose. Don't really make a difference, much alike. So it's not as bad as I was originally expecting. It's only -4 only. But that does give us, instead of 3 turns of destitution, we have about 7 turns instead, before we go into negative signs. And Sargon clippity-clops along. For some reason, the great generals look so slow when they gallop. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because it's one unit moving at once. But psychologically, it really does look like they're slow as hell. And Vancouver's declared war on us because they're friends with England. Ow! Oh, you want to stay in battle? I'm pretty sure you previously said you'd make peace if I gave you a bunch of shit, and now you've changed your mind to saying no more peace. So screw you, I guess. I mean, what are you going to do? Throw tea at me from a distance? I mean, there's absolutely nought that you've done so far, and if you continue to do nought, then eventually I'll just use it as Cass's belly to come at you, because you've declared war on us, but all you've done is make Vancouver upset with us, and I won't be having that. Right now, Rabat, I would make you produce more units, but we don't have the economy for it, so we're making you do a market instead. Get in there. My scout is producing all the defence he can, which is like 1 extra defence, if I'm pretty sure I wasn't paying attention, but I'm pretty sure it's 1 defence. We got to clear out any weak units first, because we don't want them to get the promotion heal. So even if he's on like 2 HP and it's like, this is an overkill, I'll take it any day. This composite bowman might be able to get enough. No, not doing it. Got to keep moving, got to be disciplined. This game is very quickly turning into a discipline-based game, which, funnily enough, is rich for me to say, considering I annexed my city without paying attention to my capital and the National College, which is the most critically important national wonder to get probably in the entire game. But as some people say, oh, it makes for good content, don't it? And would you look at that? This composite bowman has very kindly put himself right next to the city so I can attack him without taking too much damage from his scout because it's just an archer, and also stay in the city providing defence and the lovely culture and happiness. So thank you so much for that. And also, he's now dead. 11 coins. I love it to see the coinage float up and then disappear. Suppose I'll send my worker back to capital. We got to melt our swords into plowshare. Wait, that makes no sense. Quite the opposite. We have to turn our plows into swords, lads. Workers are no good on the front line, lads. You got to get back to capital and actually do your job. What is going on here? Why is it that all these workers are moving around at Citadel, not pillaging it, and just taking a lot of damage? I promise thee, I have absolutely no mod that is called Dumb AI. I swear down, this is just really strange what's going on. Like, are they biding their time? Are they waiting for the Grand to come?
Smash it down! But nothing can reach it!
Grand.
Don't reach it.
And they're just basically being meat shields until then. That's so strange. However, I'll take my free XP. You take your 30 damage per turn, and you'll make minimal impact against me. And I'll be laughing. So thank you for that. I'm sure the title of this video will be Austria does not know how to battle. And there one lad just disappears into the ether, never to be seen again. Truth be told, this is probably going to be pillaged next round, and I'm not about to send my horsemen into it. Shame that trees are in way, otherwise I might be able to actually do him in with my archers in conjunction with my horsemen. But it ain't happening. Gonna wheel my horseman. I think that's the best move for him. He's got 83 health. We'll send him back to full health so he can actually come back better. Because I don't think I've got a tactical position to put him in without putting me at too much risk. But that was actually a lot quicker than I was expecting. Maybe it'll actually be worth me building a road between Ankara and Rabat so that we can get our units to the front line a bit fast. What? It's been 2 turns, love. You can't just say, oh, we're at war now, and, oh, can I have your stuff, please, and I'll let you go. Refuse. If it were in reverse, I would actually say yes. I'd say, yeah, sure, I'll take your luxury resources. This was the most pointless endeavour you've ever gone for in your life. But no, you're continuing to be confusing at best. And yes, they have finally pillaged the Citadel. I mean, worse things happen at sea, especially considering they've done no damage to the city, and luckily the puppet cities decided to build up walls. So 17 defence. Not much as Rabat, but Rabat's at capital. So that defence probably will be able to withstand some damage. But these catapults are perfectly lined up for us to take them all. Easy like. So I don't think they'll actually get a shot off before we finish them. So there is no chance in hell they're going to get a shot off if I have anything to do with it. There goes one. Pull him back. Wait. And then the pikeman can damage himself on at city. I don't mind about that at all. Because melee units, am I right? They usually get hoisted by their own petards. Which is a very niche statement, I'm well aware. But again, still no damage to city. And funnily enough, the library's almost done. Which means we can go back to National College. Hey up, that's alright, isn't it? We've got 2 turns until the market's built in Rabat. And then once we do that, we'll get National College. And that'll speed us towards chivalry. Of which then we'll finally build Alhambra. Probably not. But a man can dream. Man can dream. 2 shots off on a catapult. And he's got sentry. There we go. You can see far and wide. In fact, I might get 3rd shot off from my city like that. Let's see if my scout can... No, not happening. I was going to say, could he do some damage without dying himself? But the answer was a big fat no. And Ankara, you can go focus on your barracks. Because then we'll get the National Epic when all of our cities have built the barrackses. The National Epic, also known as the Heroic Epic. Because the National Epic's down here, which is for monuments. But, you know, the national wonders. Give me a break. Now, here's a risky move that I'm debating. Can he go in and snipe this archer? Because then he's going to get it from the catapults and then maybe some melee units. And I don't know what's in here yet. Or do I snipe the catapult, run me horseman there, and then run back one? I think that's the play, actually. So he moves there. Snipes the catapult. Okay, so there's one more archer there. So he's going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's quite a bit of damage, not going to lie, but he's going to heal to full health because he's in March. And he's got cover. I'm going to run the horseman in. Pillage that. Do a lot of damage to this archer. And then run back one because I don't want that pikeman getting close. Although if we kept him there, then they might actually distribute the damage evenly amongst 2 units, and the pikeman cannot get close enough to actually concern us. So I'm going to actually do nothing there. And then the archer can get on flank. And my medic, bringing up the slow rear, will finally be able to heal up our units if he ever gets around to deploying his medkit. Still, one religion can be founded, which... we have enough for a great profit. If we found a religion, that'll be so clutch. If we don't, then we at least get to build a religious building in Marrakesh, because I'm pretty sure it's got Islam. No great profit. Thanks, game. I guess that's RNG for you. Move our medic up. Get a shot off at the catapult, because unfortunately he is now in position, and there's nothing we can do about that. Move the archer up. Move the archer up. I don't think the Great General needs to get any closer. I'm going to take him with me horseman, so he gets extra scouting. Not that much scouting, looks like. Move me archer up one. Get a shot off at this lad. He's blocked by everything. That was probably not the best move ever. But I can move him here, because he's at most going to take damage from 1 unit. Great General needs to move up to be in better position. Get the classic archer 1 to get a good shot off. Probably this lad. He won't be in a good position if he goes there. So he's going to go there. Not move into a position. And then I move my horseman back. An ancient squad will probably not take too much damage. An horseman do nothing. And send the Great General to sleep. I'm thinking tactically here. Like, the commentary kind of slows a little bit when all I can think about is the fact that really cannot afford to be losing any of my units at this stage, because we're beset on all sides by our enemies and we don't have any allies to speak of. We have basically people that say, yeah, you're alright, lad, but I won't come to your aid. So we have to fend for ourselves. Meant to be a domination victory, but it just seems to be a survival victory at this stage, which not really a victory condition, is it? So medics on front line, pretty good. We got the pikeman there, not so good. We do want to focus down that pikeman. So move him one there. Move him one there. So the 2 archers are there. Move me ancient squad up there, like. Because I want me medic to be front row centre. Shoot that pikeman. He's the biggest threat right now. And we're going to have to take a little bit of a risk here and move him into line of fire of these archers here. I don't know if they're blocked by that ill. They are probably not. But again, because he's now got a medic after him, he's going to heal 30 per turn because he's also in friendly territory. Shoot the pikeman once again. And maybe he's got enough movement that he can do some damage and then retreat. And we have another ancient archer. Ancient. No, he's not ancient. He's classic. He's upgraded. Classic archer 3. And of course, we'll give him accuracy 2. And we'll take out that lad. So yes, he'll probably suffer some more damage. Well, he definitely will suffer some more damage. But he's not going to die for it. And we'll definitely do damage to this lad. So we can't do too much damage. If anything, he'll waste a promotion if he does try. Or he'll just try and heal up. Or he'll retreat. Any of those, I'm pretty happy with. None of my units seem to be in a precarious situation. And we'll see what happens next. The pikemen have not struck. 10 damage has been dealt to me medic unit. So, I mean, happy days. No stress at all. So now, we have some very strong units meticulously placed to take out the onslaught of the Austrians. They have got weak units. They got warriors. They got 1 swordsman. They got 2 pikemen. They got some composite bowmen. So they're not too set on being able to take us because they can't get the catapults close enough. We've got cover protection for our melee units. We've got plenty of archers in rear. And we've got a medic. And also, we got some walls on Ankara. So between all of these, I am mindful that yes, we're at war with another civilization, but we are not doomed. Once we survive this, we'll redeploy, build up our forces, and then maybe, just maybe, we'll finally be able to take another civilization's capital city. But unfortunately, that's all I got time for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And as always, I've been your Northern Lad, and put what it tall and way out, would you? Ta, love.